So if you have any sort of facility that is going to face a threat of any kind, whether it be external, internal, we want to make sure that that facility is protected. And one of the ways that we do that is through our secure ballistic doors. So today we'll take a look at what are the options there, what are some things to consider, and how you choose the right solution for your facility. My name is Brandon Witt. I am the National Sales Manager for our federal government and DoD markets. And today we'll be talking about our secure ballistic doors. So when it comes to secure doors, obviously the first thing we're going to look at is what is the ballistic protection that we need for that door. A couple different standards that we use for architectural armor protection, and the one that we'll be talking about today is the UL 752 standard. This is something that we see very frequently when we talk about secure doors, secure windows, walls, etc. So we'll take a look at what are some considerations when deciding on that ballistic protection level. So essentially the UL 752 standard sets on a level of 1 to 10 what sort of threat that door, window, wall is able to stop. And what this is based off of is type of round fired, at what velocity, at what distance, and how many rounds are fired at the target. So throughout the facilities that we work at, whether it be a federal government facility, a nuclear facility, some of the most common UL levels that we see for things like doors are going to be our UL 3, UL 5, and UL 8. So starting off with UL 3, this is going to stop up to 3 rounds of 44 Magnum. So this is a pistol round, and this is something that we would typically see whether it be at a police station or more of a municipal type building. The second that we see very commonly is UL level 5. This is going to stop 1 round of 7.62 by 39 ammunition, and we see this very frequently at military and federal installations. So whether it be on their guard booths, guard houses, access control points, things like that, this is something that we see pretty frequently, and it's a good middle option for you. And so the last level that we see relatively frequently is UL level 8, and this is going to stop instead of 1 shot of 7.62 by 39, this is going to stop up to 5 shots of 7.62 by 39, and we see these at the most secure facilities that we work at. We see these a lot at nuclear sites as well as military installations and federal government buildings as well. So the second thing to consider when we're talking about secure ballistic doors are visibility and aesthetic, whether it be an external door or an internal door. There's a couple things to consider when it comes to getting the right door for you. So one thing we'll look at is in terms of visibility. Is this a door that you need to see through, or is this a door that you don't want anybody else to see through? So very often we'll see things like half-light glass on that door, which can be fitted out with tint, for example, so that you can only see one way through that door and your adversary can't. Very often we also see doors that just have no glass on them, and this is going to provide that same level of protection without the visibility through the door. And when it comes to visibility through the doors, obviously you're going to take a look at what is the aesthetic of your building. Very often, especially when it comes to federal government buildings, we see quite often that there's a certain aesthetic that they need to match. And so if all the doors have half-light glass on them, obviously we'll be looking at putting half-light glass on all those secure doors, whether it be an external door or an internal door. So in addition to visibility, I talked a little bit about aesthetics and matching the aesthetic of your building. And something to consider is you can get that same ballistic protection from a variety of different materials in your secure door. So whether that be aluminum, steel, or wood, we can work with you to get the aesthetic that you need with the finish that you need at the ballistic protection that you require. So the third and final thing that we would typically consider for a secure door is access control. And what I mean by that is take a look at your facility. And is this going to be a free flow door, or is this going to have some sort of access control on that door? There's a variety of different locking mechanisms that we can integrate into our secure ballistic door. So whether that be a mag lock, deadbolt, a buzzer, or if you have an existing access control system for your other doors, we can look at integrating that into your custom ballistic door for your facility. So these are just a few things to consider when we're talking about secure ballistic doors for your facility. And if this is something that you're taking a look at and looking to upgrade in the upcoming year or the future, reach out, let us know, and we'll be happy to work with you. Take a look at your facility and see how we can get you the best custom solution for your project.